What's going on, mobile gamers? Today I'm going to show you guys how to play PSP on your BSP D3 gaming controller using your Android gaming phone, or your Android phone, that is, in 2024, as a lot of you have asked me to do this before. Alright, so the first thing we need to do to actually connect our phone to our device is we need to hold down the B button on the actual BSP D3. We need to hold down the power button and let the light start flashing. Now on your Android device, you're going to go to your Bluetooth settings. You're going to look for the one that says Xbox wireless controller, and then you're going to click pair. Now mine says just wireless controller. It might say Xbox wireless controller. It depends on what version of the BSP D3 you have. And now we are fully connected. As you can see, the light has stopped. Now we're going to just put our device into our actual BSP controller. Now we're going to open up PSP SPP or PSP Gold, and that's what I'm going to be using right now. Now we're going to create a new folder called SSPP if you want to. Now it depends on where all of your games are and everything, and how you have everything sorted out. If you have it on a micro SD card or whatever, this is all up to your preference. Now I like to keep things organized, so I'm going to go to my emulation folder. I'm going to create a folder in here called SSPP, and this is where all of my save data information from SSPP is going to save. Now I'm going to click on use this folder, click allow, and then click OK and let it do its thing. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually set up my games folder. So I'm going to click on browse. I'm going to go to my emulation folder. My games are inside of my ROMs directory and inside of my PSP folder. And I'm going to click on use this folder and click allow. Now you notice that there was another SSPP folder in here. So that's my PSP data from another device, because I copy all of my games and stuff from device to device. And as you can see, my controller is natively working without any issues. Now again, you have to remember that the PSP only has one slider or one joystick on it, so you only have this joystick actually working. Now if you find that you don't like the way that this is set up, you can go to your settings, you can go down to controls, you can go to control mapping, and this is where we can set up our controls right here. Now what we can do here to make it a lot simpler is what I like to do is click on clear all. And now I'm going to manually set all this up. So my D-pad up, I'm going to select this and then use D-pad up, D-pad down, D-pad left, D-pad right, circle, X, square, and triangle. I'm going to scroll all the way down here, and then my start and select are going to be my select button right here and my start buttons over here, or vice versa. Sorry about that. I always forget that that's backwards. And then for my L and my R, I'm going to go L and R, and then my analog stick. So that's my left analog stick. It depends on which side you want to use. If you want to use your right one, you can. As you can see here, you can use your right joystick if you want to, but that makes no sense to me. So we're going to make sure that we have our pad 1 y-axis down, left, and right. And then we have other things here that we could set up, like fast forward. I want to use my R2 or my RT button, and maybe my save states and stuff like that. My save states I'll do to LT. Now that is basically it for saving all of your configurations for your controller. Of course you have the option to do auto configure, but that's all you really need to know. Now for your graphics, depending on your device, again, my device is pretty powerful. I have the Red Magic 8S Pro. I'm going to be able to do it at 4 times, and Vulkan is perfectly fine for this device. And I don't really need to set too many other options here unless I want to change like the screen size and all that kind of stuff to actually fill the display, which is what I'm going to do right here. As you can see, I can fill the display, or I can do integer scaling, which makes it look proper in a sense, but I like to fill the display. It looks fine to me, and that's all up to preference as well. Now click back, click B on your actual controller, and then navigate into whatever game you want. I'm going to go into Burnout because it is an easier game to load into, and show you everything working perfectly fine with SSPP with your BSP D3 gaming controller. So I'm going to press my start button, new profile. Just going to set this profile. It's not a big deal because I already have my old profile set up. Save complete, click back. As you can see, all of my buttons are working fine. I'm going to go to World Tour, Compact, just pick a random race just to actually show you everything working. And as you can see, my left joystick's working perfectly fine. I'm able to drive with my X and crash down some cars while I'm playing Burnout. Burnout is one of my favorite games of all time back in the day. And yes, oops, I just did the fast forward button by mistake. And this is actually a really fun experience when you have a cheap controller like this. Mine was like 30 bucks. where some people have said they've bought this for like $10, and yeah, it's a pretty good controller for the price. It's not like the best of best, but a lot of people like this controller, and that's why I'm doing a series about how to set it up for emulation the best way I know how, using Android. If you have an iPhone, I'm sorry, I won't be doing any videos about that because I don't support any Apple products in my house. So have a nice day, guys. Hope you enjoy playing PSP on your Android phone with your BSP D3, because it's actually not too bad of a device for the price.